Hey everyone, today I have the Apple iPhone 11 in the black color to unbox, but it does come in several other colors to choose from, including product red from the Apple Store directly if you want to support COVID-19 as the global cause currently. And since iPhones don't come with any kind of expandable storage, you gotta pick the right storage amount right out the gate. 64 gigs are only $599, 128 is $649, and then 256 is $749. So this might not be a completely normal unboxing because this is actually my work phone, so my company will be supervising my usage on this phone, just as I had unboxed my iPhone 8 2.5 years ago. If you guys are interested in that video, I have the link at the end of this video. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and first start out with just unwrapping the box with a simple pull tab, and then the plastic surrounding the box just slides right off. Taking a quick look at the packaging, you can see the full-size render of the iPhone 11 back is right there front and center in the color of your choice. Of course, I have the black color here. You can see the actual color once I unbox it. Apple logo is also black, as well as the iPhone wording on the side. And if you haven't noticed already, the box has slimmed down quite a bit for 2021. Here's just a quick comparison to my iPhone 8 box. You can see that it's almost half the size. If you had purchased the iPhone 11 back in 2020, it may have still have came with a couple other things. But if we move on to the back, you can see that it is no longer including the earphones nor a wall brick. So that's how they managed to slim down the packaging. And now all iPhones shipping in 2021 will come with this reduced packaging. So now you kind of know what you have in store opening up the box. You're first again greeted with the iPhone itself. And fun fact, the packaging is so compact that if you look at the interior of the lid, there's actually a cutout where the camera bump of the phone would actually fit. But turning back to the box contents, you can see the iPhone matches the image on the exterior to a T. Let's put that to the side for a little bit to save the best for last. Let's look at what else it comes in the box. The included charging cable is now Lightning to USB-C. Gone is the USB Type-A end, and this is still once again 1 meter long. Now taking up the remainder of the box is a little tiny quick start packet. It's now half the size it used to be, and in these little tiny squares you get the quick start guide, which is just front and back here, and then you have the SIM tray ejector, and a little bit more detail on the product and warranty, and then finally a single Apple sticker. Alright, now let's go ahead and pack that back up and get to the star of the show here. And now that I've unprotected my pristine screen and exposed it to the elements, let's take a closer look at this beautiful front. So once again, gone is any kind of fingerprint reader. I'm coming from the iPhone 8, of course, so this is my very first phone without the fingerprint Touch ID. And you can see instead there is the face unlock biometric feature at the top. Now, in addition to the earpiece and the front-facing camera, that notch also holds quite a few sensors that it will detect your face, even in low-light conditions. Even with the screen off, there are certain angles in which you can still see the sensor. That's the highlighting element of the front part of the device. There is nothing else on the bottom to see, and it's still an LCD screen. It's now a 6.1 inch screen, so comparison to my iPhone 8 here, this is a little bit taller even with the case on, also a little bit wider. And if you look at the back, the color is pretty similar to my space gray color, even though they call it black. So honestly, you can think of it as the new space gray. Even the little camera square here is also space gray or black. You can see it's actually a frosted glass as opposed to the very much glossy and fingerprint magnet of the rest of the back. Now the only imprinting to be seen is just the Apple logo, and as you can imagine, I am already well prepared with tempered glass screen protector in a case once I finish this unboxing video. But once again, the prominent feature on the back are the cameras. You got the flash, stereo microphone, and the 2 cameras now on this model. There's the wide and the ultra wide. Then on the side is the sleep wake button, and below that is the SIM tray. For your physical SIM card, this also supports a dual eSIM. Then moving on to the bottom, you still have the 2 speaker grills flanking the single lightning port. Unfortunately, it is not USB-C. Left side, you got your usual volume buttons as well as your physical mute switch. And nothing at the top. So now that you've seen the contents of the box and the physical overview of this phone, let's go ahead and set it up software-wise. It's a pretty straightforward process. So turning on the screen, you just gotta swipe up from the very bottom. You pick the language of your choice, and then you go ahead and select your country. And then here's a neat feature: if you're running iOS 11 or later, you can bring in your existing iPhone next to it, and then you can basically transfer from there. But otherwise, I'm just going to set it up as a new phone, press manually, and then I need to set up my Wi-Fi now. And then this is probably the longest part of the setup process. You just have to wait a couple minutes for it to activate your phone. And then because this is running iOS 14, there's an emphasis on privacy. Apple's trying to be more transparent about that. And then this next screen you probably won't see because this is, again, my work phone. So my company is remotely managing my phone. That's just a little blurb on that. And then next is to set up Face ID. You can set it up later in the settings also if you want. But I decided to set it up right now. It took maybe a minute, if even. I think this was faster than when I had to set up Touch ID. But then you still do need to set up a password in case your Face ID doesn't work. And then after that, you want to set up your Apple ID. You can create one from here as well if you don't already have one. And depending on how much stuff you've accumulated on your Apple ID account, it might take a hot minute, but otherwise, you are almost to the finish. If you wanted to customize your settings a little bit further at this get-go, you can. Otherwise, you can just continue with the express settings. And then this is just an acknowledgement of to receive automatic updates. And then these next items are basically yes, set it up now, or no. So Apple Pay, if you want to set it up now or no. Do you want to buy their cloud subscription service? Yes or no. Do you want to set up the Hey Siri stuff? Yes or no. Do you want to set up your screen time analytics stuff? Yes or no. Do you want to send your crash reports to developers? Yes or no. And then if you want a true tone display, and then what kind of display, the light version or dark mode, and what kind of zoom display or regular compact display. And then finally, welcome to the iPhone. So as of the end of February 2021, this ships with 14.4 as the iOS software version right out of the box. And you can see it right here in the settings. And if you haven't noticed already from the box, it's actually missing any kind of storage capacity size indication. So the only way to really know is once you have the phone and of course when you buy it. But to double check is to go into settings as well. Also in the same about section, you can scroll down and you can see how many gigabytes this one has. And for me, I am allotted 64 gigabytes. So that's it for this unboxing and setup video. I am considering making some comparison video to past iPhones. If you guys are interested, drop me a comment in the description. And for the record, yes, I do have small hands. And yes, this phone does look ginormous in my hands. But deal with it. There are people of all different sizes here on planet Earth. But anyways, guys, if you aren't subscribed already, definitely consider doing so. And thank you for watching.